Sometimes I will pick something up at a thrift store if it's a good bargain for the sole purpose of wanting to experiment cleaning on it. I have cleaned rayon velvet dresses before, and I do know going into it that it's going to shrink and it's going to change the texture of the velvet. But this is a white velvet wedding dress, and this was a first for me. And wow, was the dirt ground into this poor girl. I don't know if this was on a garage floor or racks rolled over it or what. But, of course, it says dry clean only, but, of course, I'm going to try to do it myself. Did test, and it does appear to be rayon. It had underarm shields, which did a great job of preventing underarm staining. So I'm starting with retro wash, and I put a wee bit of Dawn in there just in case there is any kind of grease. And I did it at a lukewarm temperature, because you don't want it too cold because it's not going to really do much. So in she goes and let it set for a while, and the water didn't change color at all. So that's telling me that it's not removing any of that the dirt is really ground in there. So I decided to get my trusty Fels Naptha soap, and I have this soft scrub brush that I use, and just one by one worked on each area. And each time I was doing an area, I thought, is this going to be the time that the velvet really falls apart? But it's surprising how well it held up. So I just one by one worked on each area, and I did in the end realize that I did miss a few areas because there's so much volume in the skirt. So if I were to do it again, I would try to maybe do it in the full tub instead of the little round tub to be able to see it better. Put it on a mannequin to drip dry for a while, so I was able to kind of coax that bodice out a little bit larger. The skirt did shrink a little bit, so then I did hem up the underlining to accommodate that. Now, normally I press velvet or steam velvet from the underside, but this says to do it from the top side. So I just hovered the steamer on top, and that actually, it's tedious, but it definitely does the job. And then I'm going to show, so here, yes, there's still some faint marks that remain of areas that I didn't see when I was scrubbing, but I do feel if I would have continued scrubbing that it would have taken care of that. And look at how much better that is. It's got that beautiful long train, and again, some areas I did miss, but it's a white velvet wedding dress. The texture is actually quite pretty, and look, it's just so soft, and how beautiful this would be for a winter wedding. It's got the classic 1970s high waistline, the high neck, the modest styling, very simple. This would just be so lovely for Valentine's or, again, a winter wedding or some other winter function. I'm glad I experimented.